What is the main foods like people are fucking with? Like, what's the vibe over there compared to
Oh,
like,
New York?
yeah.
Man, if you ever come to New York and you don't have and you're not lactose and you don't try a New York pizza, you ain't living life. New York pizza all day, bro. We got pizzas and bagels, you know.
Yeah,
But nah, I mean, it's the home of hip hop, you know. It's for me growing up, it's gonna be different from some other people. Like hip hop was a big part of my life, you know, and that started here. Like growing up, you would see artists we idolized like before they blew up. I remember seeing them walking around Queens.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's
You know,
crazy.
like I remember being a kid seeing Nas walking around Steinway just as Illmatic was touching the street. Like, you know, like
Woo!
I remember being a kid walking down.
What?
I remember being a kid walking down Steinway and 50 was driving in his Benz, like picking things up before he blew up, like right even before Columbia when people were just knowing him. Like that happens a lot in New York. Like dude, Mobb Deep. I used to see Mobb Deep all the time as a kid and never even knew.
Wow.
You
That
know?
that's crazy. Like I've heard other people say from like New York, very fast paced. Like
The fastest so far, besides LA. LA's pretty fast paced too. You
okay,
know,
okay.
but like between LA and New York are like the east and west coast of like the major cities that are like
Yeah,
fast paced, you know. But we got big cities everywhere, you know. But
for sure.
yeah, nah, New York is a whole different, I guess, a different culture than itself. I know a lot of people that never been here that do come here the first time. It's either overwhelming at first or they love it.
Yeah,
You know, because it's you go into Manhattan, you come out of Penn Station, and the first thing you see is a building that's almost like 80 stories up in the air. Like to see the top, you got to arc your back. You know what I mean? Like huge buildings. Like Toronto got big buildings, but then some they're not as big as like
right.
Manhattan buildings. Like Manhattan
Yeah,
buildings are crazy. When you stand next to the new Freedom Tower where the World Trade used to be,
yeah,
like you're looking at over 210 stories, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? So like when you look up, you're like, you know, like you stand next to it.
yeah.
It's like the building is like 2 blocks long alone. The building.